husband cheating on us. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulites. This is Angela, and I have got questions for you. What opens with the singer and understudy is back, and Deatra's asking her about why you told the director my business. And then what closes with, what's the child's name? Leah being like, it is on with Diva D. Deatra. Is it Deatra? I think it's Deatra. If you guess your husband is cheating on us, episode 2, you're correct. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and sticking around to see how we get from opening to closing. Y'all, the drama. The lies. The drama is so dramatic. 49 days till opening. I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. I don't even know if I said this. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We're working on 1,000 new subscribers. So you being here live, you being here on the playback, all of that commenting, sharing, liking, all of that helps to build the channel. So yay, you. Fabulite. Yay, you. All right, let's go. 49 days until the opening of the show. And we got the singer understudy back. What's her name? I don't remember her name, but Australia. I call her Australia sometime. The white woman. Catherine? Okay. And Deatra's asking her, that's her roommate. She's asking her, what is it that you told the producer, the director, is his name JD, about the Diva D and me wanting to sing and to what did you tell him? And the woman is like, they start talking about it. Then we cut to Leah and Deatra. And it's not Leah and Deatra, it's probably Leah and Tandri. I don't know. But the understudy guy says, you are not going to put me in this house with someone who took my man. Oh, he talking about Leah and Deatra. And I'm like, well, which one took the man? Because according to Deatra, you could, from Diva D's perspective, she say she had the man first. And then Leah took the man from her, but then she took the man back. And then you could see it like, well, the man was married to Leah, and then D took the man. So I don't know who's the one that took the man. Doesn't matter. But anyway, the understudy, I think his name is Jermaine. There's only one man who's understudying the man. He said you couldn't have him in a house with somebody who took his man. And then Diva D, Deatra, is like saying to, the Australian woman, look, you are too young to be coming for me. Kristen, that's her name. And Kristen in her interview is like, Diva D is the last one in the house that I want problems with. So, they hug and they make up or whatever. Then we're in the van on the way to the theater. So now they're going to start this thing where they're working in the theater already, which is good because it's live theater. So we want to see them on stage. We want to get the feeling of the theater. I wonder if they're going to do this same scene again and again and again so that we don't get to see the whole show, but we just get to see the same scene again and again. And then we're like, we're going to go out and see the play when it comes to our town on the Chitlin Circuit. I don't know. The Chitlin Circuit plays here in Detroit usually come through the music hall. Is it going to come to the music hall? If it came, would I see it? Would I be more inclined to see it since I saw it on TV? Probably. It might even be like, I don't know, like more like I wouldn't be going for the theater, but for the drama. Ooh. Y'all, this light is really... I don't want to say it's driving me crazy because then I'd have to be saying I'm crazy. But it's really, I don't know what it's doing. Okay, let me stay focused. So they in their van on the way to the theater. And yes, we on the stage now. Let us know that this is about live theater. So yes to the first scene. Yes, I was here for it. I'm like, this early in the rehearsal process, I'm already buying it. Yes. And the producer says that he can see that Genuine has worked. JD has the understudies then do, maybe that's, I think it's a whole different scene that the understudies do. But even JD's baby girl is, like the baby director. So it's like the understudies are working and the understudy director is working too during that scene. Her name is Taylor. And then, yes, Taylor she's going to be she's also the stage manager, assistant director. That's how it works with our productions for part players also, usually. The last show I did, I was the last show, like I'm producer now, but when I was assistant director, I did not get to be stage manager because I was in the show. So I couldn't be stage manager I couldn't. So, and then her sister too is, just saying what's on paper. She's telling the people, look, just say what's on the paper. I think you're getting too comfortable with adding words. She's letting the actors know you need to stay on script. But I'm just so shocked because they're so bold to just speak up, and they are very young, but what they're saying is not wrong. Now, maybe the way they're saying it might be a little wrong, but then we're theater people. They're dramatic. So Brianna, her sister says, gets a little jealous of females who get too close to their dad. That's what Taylor says. So Taylor is the assistant director, stage manager, and I think Brianna, he calls her like the script doctor and assistant or something. I'm really not clear what her role is, but she's the one who's checking the understudy on not being like on script. Like, don't be adding words. This is not improv. You need to say the script the way it's written. What was that ABC singing moment? Oh yeah, there was some moment where somebody was singing ABC. I was like, what is going on? I had no idea. So we got 7 weeks to go. JD says that he expects the cast to be rehearsing all the time. He wants them to be rehearsing while they're eating. He wants them to be rehearsing while they're sleeping. And if they sleeping with somebody else, they need to have a script in between them. Kristen has decided to try to bond with the people, or like get in good with the people, by having some people come and do mani-pedis in the house for the women. And I guess I missed the brand, but they had on Priv, maybe it was Priv, I don't know, but they had on TV shows, so I feel like they were promoting their brand, but I just missed that. But and it seemed like, is that the same people that on the Real Housewives of Atlanta that Sheree had come do mani-pedis in her house when she had the grand opening of her basement? I don't know. So Kristen and Diva D are finishing their mani-pedi when Tandi, I think it's Tandi, I wrote Tandra, but I think the child's name is Tandi, and Leah come back in. They had been out running and chit-chatting and stuff, and they get pampered. So it's like they're on shifts. And then they get to girl talking about Tandi and her past relationship, and Tandi, or Tandra, sees how Genuine has become a full-grown man. She's really liking what she's seeing. She's liking him. He's become a full-grown man. I already said that. She said he doesn't just look good and smell good, but he's grown now, so she's liking that. And then she has Leah Google his eggplant, so that Leah can understand how difficult it is for her to not just jump on his pony. And then when Leah says he's his eggplant, she's like, oh, he's not a pony, he's a horse. And I'm like, oh. And I guess if I hadn't been taking notes, I might have Googled it then. I don't know if I'll Google it. I don't know if I care. But anyway, so I guess Genuine has a big peen. I guess that's the moral of the story. So then we see Diva D is helping Genuine with his script, because Diva D is like, and then here goes Tandra. She easing up to Genuine, and she touching Genuine, and they leaning in together, and she stroking him. I don't know if he's stroking her, but they kissing. And then there's some talk about some threesome. I think that's something that Diva D has initiated or is talking about. And then Diva D is like, I had already, inserted Genuine. I don't know what that is. It's not inserted. But she had already asserted that Genuine is on the road performing and dealing with his stuff. So the only time that he's working on the script is when he's in the house. So he does not need to be making out with this woman and all of that, because he got to work on his lines. He got to work on the script. We're 47 days left until the grand opening. And Diva D is telling Australia and Jermaine about Tandy and Genuine and what happened with them last night. I think we saw some footage of them, you know, on split screens where they having sex, making out. I'm not really quite sure. Because it's you know, I don't have a big screen TV, then it's small, far away from me, and then when they do the little things, I'd be like, huh? And then I'm trying to take notes. I couldn't catch it all. But Diatra or Diva D tells Jermaine in Australia that she and Genuine have spent quality time together. And she said, I mean quality time. And Jermaine is like, oh, he doesn't believe it. I don't believe it. I'm not hearing it. No. And then Diva D says that they were switching on and off. Tandy would have him one night and she would have him the other night. And I think she had already said that they had a threesome. But Jermaine doesn't believe it. Do you believe it? She seems really dramatic, especially as this episode goes on. I'm like, she is very dramatic. I think she makes for great TV because she just seems naturally and genuinely dramatic. Okay. And she seemed like theater people. That's how theater people, she seemed like a lot of people. And then we see Diva D is upset. It's like the next day and everybody's rehearsing. They're rehearsing in couples, but nobody is rehearsing with her. So she's protesting. I protest. Nobody will rehearse with me. And somebody's like, okay, we'll rehearse your scene. And then she's like, oh, well, I got to eat. So it's kind of like, well, do you want to rehearse? What's going on, girl? She's just trying to get attention. That's what it seems like. And then Jermaine is saying of Genuine, or Jermaine or Genuine, one of them is saying that Diva D overcompensates for her insecurity with all of her dramatics. I think that they may be correct with that. And then someone offers to rehearse, and she says she's got to eat. And then once she gets to eat, and then she want to rehearse, it's a mess. She kind of intense. And then we see Leah. She says she was hoping to see more maturity from Diva D. And D is like, you know, take it in. She's saying in her interview that the way that JD wrote the script, he wrote it with me having the upper hand. And it's like, girl, you getting that much joy over, like, it just seems like she's getting a lot of joy out of like petty, silly stuff. It seems yeah. Okay, so what's up with Bravo trying to make Friday night pop? So we find out on this commercial or whatever that even though now we've watched it now for 2 weeks on Sunday, that this show is going to be moving to Friday, just like what they did to Married with Medicine. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they're trying to have, you know, build their network so that every night is a big night. I don't know what's going on. But this show is going to be moving to Friday. So if you didn't know, you know now. I didn't know, but I know now. Okay. And I already have gone through the drama and the trauma with Married to Medicine. So I got it now. Okay. They're going to be on Fridays. So it's 45 days until the opening. Kristen is teaching. Kristen is talking to her parents, and she's teaching her parents how to frame up their video chat so that they can be seen, both of them. And Crystal says that Kristen is telling them about JD and JD's daughter. And she says that JD and his family were like her family until Kristen decided to go into a different direction with her music, and then all of a sudden everything changed. That's what she said. We're on the way to the theater where they work. Now we find out they work there 2 times a week. Genuine is really struggling with his lines, and I totally understand that. He's like, why am I having problems with page 1 when I've memorized up to page 36? It's a process. It's a cycle. You like go up and down. Like something can throw you off, and it's like you forget everything, even though you really know it. But you just got to keep, that's what rehearsals are for. But he's like really kind of stressed about that. JD is not comfortable with Diva D. He's like, you can't act your way through this. You have to feel it. He's working with her on lines and her delivery and everything. And then we find out that JD is having a birthday party, so the cast is going to be a part of the celebration. Then we see Genuine with JD, and Genuine is not comfortable with the housing situation. He says he's very private and that there's lots of baggage that folks have the folks in the house have with each other, and that is really messing with his preparation. He's trying to prepare. He has a big part, and JD is like, well, you asked to be challenged, brother. And Genuine was like, well, a challenge is to cry, to cry, not to have to learn the whole novel, the whole script, the whole part, the lead role. That's a whole nother thing. And, not remembering the whole book, I got concerts, I got my brand, this is your brand, and JD is like, okay, we're going to figure it out. And, in the interview, JD is like, he's got to get the women to stop stressing his star out. So they got the little drama thing down good, because we think Genuine is really going to leave and let Jermaine be the star of the show. That's just for drama. I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. So then we're back in the van on the way to the theater. Oh, no, they're going to the producer JD's birthday celebration. And the cast gets there and they're like all like turned up, like, okay, we here for a party. And the other people who are there for the party, it's like they're not festive. And they make all of these jokes about how it's a repast. Is this a party or a funeral? What's going on? The dramatics of the cast. But they're very dramatic, very high energy. And the people who are there for the party are just like, they try to get it popping, at least with each other, drinking and, having a good time. And Tandi is trying to mix and mingle with the folks. And they crossing their arms and like, they clearly do not seem to be receptive to fun and good times and drama. But, they crossing their hands and looking upset, the people who were there for the party. And then JD is like, he doesn't like birthdays. He doesn't like birthday parties. So I'm like, I guess that's why his guests are looking and acting all stiff and dry and dusty like they are. And then JD and his daughters finally arrive at the party, but they don't acknowledge Kristen. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, they at the party, but they got to perform. It's kind of like somebody invites you as a guest and you think you there to be receiving and then you there to work. Like, get up there and sing, Negro. I was like, what? So anyway, we see the girls in the interview and they're talking about a text that Kristen sent to JD about the tension that she feels with the girls. And one of the girls, JD's daughters, is like, if you feel tension, you can go back to Australia. And I'm kind of like, dang, that's kind of an intense response, don't you think, sister girl? And then one of the daughters, Brianna, confronts Kristen and at the party while Leah is singing, and she ends up again saying, look, we can pack you up and send you back to Australia. And I'm like, it seems like a little unprofessional to me, and like she's talking more and has more power than she should have for the level of maturity that she's demonstrating. It seems very unprofessional to me, but again, it's for TV. I think they just being dramatic for the TV. She probably not like that in real life. So Leah's singing and it's like a fight going on. And then Kristen is like, I said, I felt tension. Not that I wanted to create tension, because the little girl is like, you want to create tension? I'll create tension. And, and then now Diva D is singing and the argument is still going on and it escalates. And Diva D just keeps singing. And Leah and Tandi are making fun of Diva's commitment to sing no matter what. They joke about it being like the Titanic is going down. I guess in the movie, the band kept playing. Is that what happened? But anyway, it's like a big joke. It was kind of funny. No matter what is going on, then JD says that he showed Brianna the text because he felt that it was important for Brianna to know how her employees were feeling. So he's trying to train her, I guess, but it's just dramatics for the TV, and I'm here for it. I enjoyed it. Then we see Genuine confronting Kristen because of Brianna, or comforting, not confronting, but like, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? And then because of Brianna's attack, she's back in her room, and then Diva D comes in, and she's like, oh my gosh, did you see what happened to me? How those girls have been attacking me. And then they show some footage of them correcting her or whatever. And it's like, Kristen is like, I'm really beginning to understand that Diva D doesn't like it when the spotlight isn't on her. And it's like, yes, we can really see that. And then Diva D is so dramatic. The whole house is listening. It's like her and Kristen in the room, but the other people are outside listening and they can hear. And then Leah, I guess, is trying to come rescue Kristen, and then Kristen ends up opening the door, and then Diva D closes the door on Leah's face, and then Leah says to Tandri and Leah, to Tandri and Genuine, did she just close the door on my face? Did you have crossed the effing line? It is on! But the show is off. That was the end of the episode. So if you didn't already know, if you didn't catch it, I already put up Real Housewives of Atlanta just a minute ago. I streamed it live, but it should be ready for watching. So go on and check that out if you haven't. And I'm about to do Real Housewives of Potomac. It's only 1:04. Sometimes I don't go to bed until 2, so I still got I'm a little hungry though, but I still got a little voo. So we're going to do Real Housewives of Potomac, which I enjoyed. Your husband is cheating on us. All of the drama, I'm here for it. I'm here for the dramatic people being dramatic. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for being here again, and for being you, and for being fabulous, and all of the wonderful things you do. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous. You. Peace. Be you. Be fabulous. Be fabulous. You.